Hello and welcome to another episode of Tales of the Abyss.
Hi.
So,
Hey, Izumi, guess what?
we actually can read a synopsis because we actually did story last time.
So continuing.
Yes,
What? Yeah, Mew.
Diary!
I know. I'm reading it. Over. Spinoza said that with the planet Storm's increased activity, the core is vibrating so strongly that the Tartarus can't silence it completely. At this rate, there's even the possibility that the land could become liquefied again. For the miasma, he suggested I use my hyperresonance. If I could get rid of the miasma that way, I'd do it in an instant. He also said Ash had come by and was looking at the data on the Mount Rainiel Sephiroth. Ash should know more than we do about what's going on. Let's go after him. I was thinking about what Spinoza had said about the miasma and hyperresonance, so I asked Jade about it before we left for Mount Rainiel. But he said that it was impossible, so I should give up on that idea. If I wanted to use my hyperresonance to neutralize the miasma, I'd need the Sword of Lorelei, which is one of the keys, and a large quantity of 7th phonons. Leaving the Sword of Lorelei aside, the only way to get enough 7th phonons would be to kill around 10,000 7th phonists or potential 7th phonists, Jade said. And I'd die the instant I destroyed the miasma, so he told me to give up on the idea. Yeah, I couldn't force 10,000 people to sacrifice themselves. But what if that's the only way to do it? 3 blank lines. On Mount Rainiel, we encountered the Darkwings. They told us that Ash was looking for the Jewel of Lorelei, the second key that forms a pair with the Sword of Lorelei. That's the key that I was supposed to have received from Lorelei. They said Ash had gone to the Passage Ring. Let's see if he's still there. When we reached the place we got caught up in the avalanche last time, I found a locket lying in the snow. I opened it up, and it had a picture of a baby and a message that read ND 1999, in commemoration of the birth of my daughter, Meryl. Could it be Natalia? But I didn't have the courage to ask her, so I hid the locket away. We found Ash by the Sephiroth, and he told us what he knew. Ash said that he hadn't heard Lorelei's voice since the lowering of the Outer Lands. He also said that Lorelei had wanted to be freed from the core since the beginning. It seems that the longer Lorelei stays in the core, the worse its effect on the planet gets. But before Lorelei was able to get free, events took an unexpected turn. Master Van fell into the core, injured, and somehow was able to seal Lorelei within his body. Lorelei wants to be released and form a 7th layer of the phone belt, so Ash is trying to find the Jewel of Lorelei to complete the key and fulfill that desire. And then he started yelling at me for failing to receive the jewel, just as I expected. Since I don't have the jewel, Ash says it must have been thrown out through one of the Sephiroths, so he's looking for it, as are the God Generals. I suggested that we work together, but Ash refused. We ended up leaving the jewel search to Ash while we went to look for the score, who was reading the score in violation of the Order's rule against it. I think someone in Belkin said that the score had gone to Batical, so let's try looking there. And that's where we are, exactly. Batical.
Woo. What's with all the commotion?
Hey, what happened?
They arrested that criminal Mose and brought him from Darth.
What?
But then he got away. They're closing off the perimeter and starting a citywide search.
Which means that Mose is still somewhere within Batical.
Shit. I thought.
You're too far away, Daddy.
Hey, girl. All right, let's search for Mose 2.
Why are you still wearing that outfit?
Revenge for Ion. That bastard Mose.
Yeah.
Mew said we're going, or Anna said we're going to get him.
We're gonna get him. Yeah.
Everyone, if you don't cool down...
That filthy coward doesn't deserve to be called a holy anything. It's time to avenge Ion.
Even Tears lost her composure. Well, I do understand their feelings. But we need to remain calm now more than ever, right? Exactly.
I'm going to go put an arrow through his stupid face.
I'm gonna burn him with fire!
I'm gonna slash his head off.
I'm gonna suffocate him with my doll, so then he can never breathe.
I'm going to poke out his eyes with my daggers.
I'm just
Ooh, I
going.
like that idea.
I'm just going to stand back and watch.
Where's the bastard?
Maybe he's hiding in a building? Maybe he's in the church. Nope, this place is heavily guarded.
I figured the church would be the first place they looked.
That's a cannon. Do I get any hints? Nope. Maybe he hightailed it for the port or the factory.
Could be Active Factory.
If he's in hiding, it would make a certain amount of sense.
Of why he's being difficult to find.
No cutscenes here.
Nope.
Alright, maybe he's trying to flee through the port. Ah!
Ah, I can't afford to be captured here with Eldrant almost arisen.
Stop, Mose!
Turn yourself into the Order of Lorelei and face the consequences of your crimes.
Please, those who must atone for their crimes are you fools who would ignore the score. I am right. How can you not understand?
Of course you are, Grand Maestro.
Ah, dist.
Dist. Perhaps I ought to have left you permanently frozen. Silence you! You always break your promises. You never play fair. Now, Mose, let's leave this riffraff behind and proceed to Eldrint.
Wait, Dist. The power of the Phone Master shall be mine, here and now.
Perhaps the austere majesty of Eldrint would make a more fitting stage.
I'll reveal my new might to these fools who have lost sight of how the world should be.
Kayla, go lay down.
In that case, by all means, whee! Dist, what are you thinking? That art! Silence! Mose has decided this for himself. You have no right to interfere.
Ah!
What the hell? It's just like my eyes. He's strengthening his phonic arts by inscribing a phonic glyph on himself to gather phonons. But that's the phonic glyph to gather the 7th phonon.
But if that's inscribed on someone who can't use the 7th phonon, every phonon in their body would mutate. This is you.
What have I become? Your body has simply taken a more suitable form to prevent your 7th phonons from going out of control. Have no fear. Your powers are now truly those of Phone Master. To think a human could become something so hideous. When the 7th phonon is implanted in one who cannot use it, his body rejects it. leading to madness. Mose desired the power of a phone master above all else. I'm sure he won't mind. Personally, I'm satisfied to perform experiments regardless of the subject. Away! So that bastard Mose would become a monster to protect the score.
Speaking of the score, where did that traveler giving illegal readings go?
Perhaps he's moved on to a new city. We should report to the Order about him. And Mose.
That's fine, but who's in charge of the Order of Lorelei these days?
I'm not sure. Perhaps it's grandfather now.
Nobody in Doth has any idea of what's going on. I say we talk to Teodoro.
You're right. What's going to happen to the Order?
Guess that means we're going to Yulia City. Skit, the past and the present.
Dist should have known what would happen if someone tried to control the seventh phonon by force.
For someone to turn into that, how can that happen? That technology, for bringing phonons into the body. I invented that as a child as well.
No.
Huh? Wow, you really do make everything.
I wish I could go back in time and kill myself as a newborn. I keep coming up with such troublesome things. That would suck.
If you did that, Luke and Ion
Would never have been born.
would never have been born.
That's true. I suppose I can't change the past.
Besides, it wouldn't change this world, it would just create a new reality. You know,
Weird
multiverse
parallel
theory.
Sorry. As long as we're in Batical, I'd like to go see His Majesty.
Oh, you're right. Yes, let's go.
Well, that didn't work. It's not like I can mention this locket in front of Natalia.
Luke, we're leaving now.
Yeah.
He's so unsure of things.
Luke is always unsure of things.
How would you feel if you found a locket that could lead to your friend's real parents, but your friend has already accepted the family they currently have?
Actually, I kind of want to meet with His Majesty alone.
My, what's wrong? Is it something we shouldn't know about?
Well, not exactly. Ding. You're such a bad liar. Just tell her. Guy! Truth is, Natalia, he's got a letter of a personal nature from Emperor Peony.
But why hide it?
Ding. This is highly confidential. His Imperial Majesty is considering making you his bride.
Ah! Me? But I've got Luke! And Ash too, I suppose. Oh, what to do?
Natalia, you can't have both! No fair!
Anyway, he asked that the letter get to your father without you knowing.
Now I understand. Very well, I'll be waiting here.
Popular princess. Thank you for understanding. Well, Luke, shall we? No, but I was going to go alone. Now, don't be stubborn. Let's go. They're just carrying him.
And we're coming too?
Right.
Poor Natalia. Hold on! Guy, Jade, Anna's fine. Tyr?
I'm sorry, it just kind of happened.
It's that locket you found on Mount Rainiel, isn't it? Yeah, I guess you noticed. You were standing there staring at some locket you found looking like somebody just died. He's right. Sometimes one just can't help being curious.
Yeah.
Just don't tell Natalia.
No.
What's going on, Luke? I don't see Natalia with you.
Your
Sorry,
Majesty.
it's a voice.
Your Majesty, please take a look at this.
This is...
I don't know what Natalia looked like as a baby, so I thought maybe Your Majesty could...
This is Natalia. I'm almost certain of it. Where did you find this?
On Mount Ronil, at the spot where we and the God Generals were caught in that avalanche.
I think I've seen that before. I could have sworn that Largo.
Are you sure? Well, Largo is about the only possible candidate, but...
I hear that Natalia's childhood wet nurse is away on leave. I hear she's now working for Astor in Cassidonia. Try to speak with her.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Do you plan to tell Natalia?
What would Your Majesty have us do?
I don't know. Perhaps it would be best to tell her. But if it is indeed Largo...
We'll report to Your Majesty again once we have a solid answer.
Thank you, Luke. Luke, what's with all this Your Majesty business? It's unlike you.
Well, I'm just a replica.
Oh, don't be foolish. You're still a nephew to me.
Yes, sir.
Aww.
This is quite a surprise. To think that Natalia could be Largo's daughter. Nothing is sure yet. But it will be so hard for her if it is true.
So, are we going to Cassidonia? Careful, Natalia will catch on eventually.
What about that scorer performing illicit readings? How about we tell her we heard the scorer was headed for Cassidonia?
Nice. Natalia should go along with that.
But we're going to have to tell her sometime, right? We'll probably get really hurt.
Yes. It's hard to face one's own blood as an enemy.
Right, and Natalia in particular has a fragile side to her that makes me worry.
Does that mean I don't?
Connected by blood, Skit.
All this heavy talk is really getting me down.
Yeah, sure is depressing. Yeah.
If you all look so gloomy when you go outside, Natalia will know something's up.
Ching! Indeed, life has its ups and downs after all. But it's Largo! Then what about Tyr?
Oh yeah, the Commandant is her brother, isn't he?
Now is not the time for such thoughts. We need to be calm and rational. Yeah, after all, it's not us the truth will hurt the most. It's Natalia.
Jade, you really didn't have to bring me into the argument here. I'm resigned
Somehow
about my
it-
brother.
You can't say it didn't still hurt you.
Is it weird that I have a feeling
Perhaps.
that like everyone went in, but you stayed outside?
But I was raised for a different life. Natalia, on the other hand. Natalia what? Never mind! Welcome back. So, what did Father have to say?
Oh, he talked about how you had Ash and all.
Ash. So Father is thinking of Ash and me. But then you...
No, I meant he said Ash or me. Either one. More importantly, we heard that traveling scorer has headed to Cassidonia. We're already going in that direction. Let's follow him.
I see. Perhaps he'll move straight on to Malkuth from there. Perhaps we could delay our report to Teodoro till after Cassidonia then. Sure, of course.
Alright, let's see what we find in Cassidonia. Come on.
Luke, why are you...
You're an amazing liar, Colonel. Your smile hasn't budged.
Oh, I assure you I'm crying on the inside, racked with guilt. Uh-huh.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Of course he is.
So, hang on. There's something I can't figure out. That maid is supposed to be on leave, yet she's still working.
It's probably like a minuscule, tiny task that she can only do there.
She's on leave from the castle.
Sounds more like she's on loan from the castle.
Or she was given an errand to do on her trip, but most of the trip will be focused on her leave. On her taking a break.
That's quite a crowd over there. Let's take a look.
I suppose if we snuck off now to ask around, Natalia would be pretty mad, huh?
Look, wait. Something odd's here. Something's odd here.
All who desire...
Wait. That might actually be... All who desire a reading of the score, follow me! All who come shall have a reading! Looks like our lie has become the truth.
Hold it right there! The Order of Lorelei has called a halt to all score readings. That score is a fake.
That hurts, Annis! From now on, it won't be the old Order of Lorelei reading the score.
Oh my motherfucking god.
The
you.
score will be read by the new Order of Lorelei and its glorious leader, Phone Master Mose!
No. You're...
Sink! So you survived too. Ah, there go our last hopes for at least one casualty among the God Generals. I imagine it's true, then, that Van survived and assimilated Lorelei within himself? If you know that much, shouldn't you be looking for the jewel a little harder? You all haven't found it yet either. If no one finds it, we keep the upper hand!
Brazen as ever, I see.
Think, what's this new Order of Lorelei? What do you mean by Phone Master Mose?
Didn't Mose tell you, our darling little traitor?
I wasn't working for him because I wanted to.
Easy! I'm not carrying that deadweight Mose around for kicks either. Now, as I would... wait. Easy! I'm not carrying that deadweight Mose around for kicks either. Now, as I was saying before, that interruption, all who want score readings, follow me!
Stop right there.
We want to know the score.
Yeah, he's right.
What?
Annis, please let me go. You of all people should understand. Don't forget! Fighting with me means fighting with Ion!
You think?
That bastard! How cruel.
Annis, you can't let it get to you. Sink and Ion are completely different people.
She's right. Just like Luke and Ash are different people.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not letting it bother me. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Annis, don't push yourself too hard.
I'm not pushing anything.
Natalia, would you take Annis to the bazaar or somewhere to cheer her up a bit? The rest of us will go speak to Aster to alert him of the traveling scorer.
Certainly. Annis, let's take a walk. All I can think of is that scene in Sense and Sensibility. Let's take a walk. I've been gonna walk. Well, you need another. It's going to rain. No, it's not. You always say that, and it always does.
Lol.
I know that book too well. I'm sorry.
Damn, you're good, Jade.
Yes, but Anna's looked angry after being used as the bait.
Jade will take responsibility for that later. She was really depressed. Let's set aside responsibility for the moment and go see Asta.
I wasn't ready for the crinkling sound.
Sorry. I see. We'll pay careful attention to any adult scorers coming through the area.
Please do. With that out of the way, might we...
You'd like to speak with Nanius?
Natalia.
Nyanya.
Nananya. You'd like to speak with... God damn it.
Nyanyas.
Shut up! You'd like to speak with Natalia's nanny, correct? I'll call for her.
Did you really need to wind up your clap that much?
Izumi.
Goodness. If it isn't Master Luke.
There's something I'd like to show you.
Hmm? This was
Badak.
the dogs.
Badak?
Meryl's
Meryl.
Please.
Meryl? Yeah, Meryl's father. He was
Sylvia.
Sylvia's my son-in-law.
Could you tell us a little bit about him?
The doc used to work as a guard for the caravan that traveled across the desert. His closest friend used to call him the Lion of the Desert. He was a big man with a big heart.
Lion of the desert. The black lion, its large stature. There's little doubt. So where is this Badak person now?
I'm afraid I haven't seen him since my daughter, Sylvia, passed away.
Thank you very much. That's more than enough.
If there's anything else I can do for you, don't hesitate to come by again. It's always a pleasure to see you, Luke.
I'm leaving now.
Oh, why don't you stay for tea?
Bye. I don't like tea.
I like tea.
Then you can stay for tea. Where'd they go?
They ran away.
Maybe the other bazaar?
Tokunaga ate them.
Oh no!
Not again. Aha.
Oh my, that was fast. Did you pass along a warning to Asta?
Yeah, more or less.
Luke, I want a full report later.
I know, I'm sorry.
You're weird. Why should you apologize and not the Colonel?
Phew, I appreciate it, Luke.
Why is that person clapping so hard?
That's their...
Tom, I'm selling rugs! Come here!
That's gotta be the most annoying way to get customers.
I mean, if they put like two black squares in between their hands, I could just say they're just clapping erasers.
What's all this about?
Oh, nothing?
Really? But in that case, this new order of Lorelei business is worrisome. Let's go talk with grandfather.
Which means Yulia City, right? Nice, I love that town.
Oh, really? Why?
Phone machines. Phone machines.
Ugh.
No need to react like that. Anyway, let's get moving. Phone machines. Phone machines. Phone machines. Phone machines. Phone machines. Phone machines.
Stop it! Both of you. I hate both of you.
And we're going to end this episode here.
Goodbye.
Hey guys, do you like our content? Do you want to support the show? Click the link in the description below to visit our donation page. All proceeds go towards new and better equipment and games you want to see us play. Everyone who donates will get a special shout out at the end of future videos, and we're currently working on setting up some special perks for you. If you don't want to donate, that's okay too. You can support us by subscribing and clicking that bell icon so you get notified whenever we put out a new video.
A huge thank you to Kyle Sheridan for donating and helping to keep our show going.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Let's Voice Act Tales of the Abyss. If you want to watch the last episode, click the box on the left. Or if you want to listen to our fantasy journey of Dungeons & Dragons from our show called Saving Throw, then I suggest clicking the box on the right. So again, thanks for watching and see you next time. Janet?